Lawmakers wrapped up the 2023 session. One lawmaker made Utah history.
Carol Spackman Moss has served longer than any woman in the legislature, 23 years. Deanie Wimmer talked to her about her legacy.
The final floor session signals a unique accomplishment for Representative Carol Spackman Moss.
I'll be the longest serving woman in the history of the legislature.
23 years honored in a special ceremony.
It just happened. I never set out to set any kind of records. It just, all of a sudden they said, oh, by the way, I had no idea.
As a woman and a Democrat, she's learned success would take more than ideas.
I didn't realize how much behind the scenes really work it takes. You know, I am in the minority, so you have to really work harder, I'd say, than if you're in the majority. But I learned quickly that you have to reach out.
And not all change has been for the better.
What's changed is that we don't have a lot more women. I came in with 22 Democrats, and now we have 14, and so clearly it's harder. And I've seen over time, especially this session, that it's much more partisan, like hyper-partisan.
We've talked to you about many of your efforts. What are you most proud? What accomplishment are you most proud of?
I think the work I've done in the opioid overdose epidemic.
She's helped pass legislation to get naloxone so that law enforcement and eventually everyone could get it without a prescription to reverse a drug overdose.
I feel like that saved thousands of lives, the ability they've distributed all over the state.
She came to the House of Representatives after 33 years as an English teacher at Olympus High. She wanted to extend her community service without having to grade papers.
That was the only downside of teaching English. I love teaching literature and writing, but oh, those papers, stacks of papers.
So bills are better than papers?
Right. You just have to read them. You don't have to write about them.
Education uniquely prepared her to be an effective lawmaker.
What prepared you to be in politics? And I said, spending 33 years in classrooms with teenagers. And while it gets a laugh, it's really true, because the skills I learned, it's about communication. Politics is about two things. It's about relationships and results.
But it's not far wrong to say that if you can get along with teenagers, you can get along with anyone.
Correct, because some people say, some of those legislators, maybe.
Deanie Wimmer, KSL News.